Hey there, welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree and I'm reading for the sign of Sagittarius. However, we all have Sagittarius in our chart, so if this reading resonates with you, then it is for you. We are using 3 decks, Tarot Nuages by Neidman. This is Tarot the Abyss by Anatorian. And this is an oracle deck called the Lantern Oracle, and it is by Angelina Mirabito. And we're going to draw a card at the end of the reading to see if there is some extra wisdom that can be imparted. Now, as I said, this reading can be for anyone, being that we have Sagittarius. We all have Sagittarius energy in our charts due to the house system. So just whatever resonates with you is for you. And if it doesn't resonate with you, maybe it's not your time to hear it. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but this is a shadow reading. And with it being a shadow reading, sometimes our shadow is not ready to be seen. So it might be a little bit difficult for you to see how this would resonate with you or how it would fit with your current situation. But I do encourage you to think about it and see how it can be applied to you. And maybe there can be some inner work that needs to be done. Okay, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading, Sagittarius. And here we go. So we have the Sun in reverse, Major Arcana. We have the Page of Wands, Fire Energy. And then the Knight of Chalices. So we have 2 court cards here. And with the Major Arcana being in reverse. So let's take a look at your spread a little bit closer. So here's the Sun. And the Sun is a card that is about illumination. It's about happiness. It's about energy being given, putting in. And you can see, let's go back to this. Let's see. So it is in reverse. Let me flip it around for you. You see these people are praising the Sun. They are thanking the Sun, being thankful for what the Sun gives them. And the Sun brings light to things, warmth, desire. And it's also energy, and it helps us grow. It helps us see things. When things are illuminated by the Sun, we can see all, we can understand all. And then we've got the Page of Wands and the Knight of Chalices. So this is fire energy, and this is water energy, emotions. The Page of Wands, he's interested in seeing what he can do to make things better. He's one of those worker bees. He's that person you want on your side when something needs to be done. He's very much ready at a moment's notice to go somewhere, to get something going. However, he's the most inexperienced. However, he has that desire, that drive to want to create, to want to initiate. And then we've got the Knight of Chalices here. And I do think that it's very important that the Knight of Chalices is facing this way. And the Knight of Chalices acts on his emotions. He's very emotion driven. He's ready at a moment's notice to show his compassion, to show his feelings towards a person or towards a situation. And I see him looking at this Page of Wands. And so I get the feeling that there might be, with the Sun in reverse, I get a feeling that there might be some sort of conflict between these two states of mind, states of being. You're ready to do something and you are emotionally ready to do something. However, there's something that you're not quite sure about. You're held back. You need a little bit more information, a little bit more light to be shed on this. And I would like to point out that all pages are earth energy, and he's Page of Wands, so he's earth of fire, and then all knights are fire energy, so he is fire of water. So we are missing the element of air here, And I feel that with the sun being in reverse, that there is something that you don't quite understand. You're having a hard time reconciling. So to dive deeper into this reading, this message here, we're going to use Tarot the Abyss. And we're going to see if we can't discern what this sun is trying to show us here. What exactly do we need some light to be shed upon? All right. So, I mean, I see that you're ready, willing and ready to go. You've got some good fire energy, wands, and then the knights. There's some good energy ready to go. And I do see that that you are willing and, like I said, ready. So we just need to see what is holding you back. And like I said, we are missing the air energy here. So let's see what we can find for you here. All right, we've got the Nine of Cups, water energy. Then we've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse, earth, and then the Queen of Cups. Okay, so it looks like what is hidden for you is you don't quite understand your emotions that you're having. I see with the Nine of Cups, you're content, right? We have the Nine of Cups is that content card. Kind of have all that we need. We're happy. We're not looking for more. Okay. The Four of Pentacles is talking about holding on to your resources, not letting them go. And with this being in reverse, I do feel like you're letting you're allowing this contentment to keep you from something, because the Queen of Cups, she's water of water. She is in reverse as well. And with this energy that I'm reading here is that you don't want to go deeper into your feelings. You're content where you're at. And I'm getting the feeling of maybe there's some vulnerability issues that you're having a hard time overcoming, or you're having a hard time even knowing that you have some vulnerability issues. Let's read the Page of Wands. Oh, we've got the High Priestess, Major Arcana. And then we have the Sun upright. Okay, more Major Arcana. And then the Eight of Swords. Okay, so I do see that it is great that we have the High Priestess here. So the High Priestess is all about understanding ourselves, going deep within to understand things that that are hidden, that are unknown. You hold the key to that. And we also have the sun here, and the sun, like I said, is illumination, and illuminating this part of yourself that is hidden. This vulnerability is what this Page of Wands is setting out to do. Okay, he wants to expose that. He wants to bring that to the forefront, because at the moment it's being hidden. It's your shadow energy that is not wanting to show this vulnerable side of you. So you get to a point where you're happy within your relationships, friendships or whatever, but you don't really want to take it to the next level because it becomes uncomfortable for you. And the reason why is because you have an issue related to the shadow, and that has something to do with our past. You know, most of us have grown up in times where showing our feelings and our emotions are kind of taboo. It's kind of shunned. Especially with the masculine energies. You know, you don't want to act like a quote unquote girl by crying or complaining, and so that part of ourselves that needs to be expressed, we have these emotions within ourselves, and we need to use our air energy to communicate them and to release it out into the ether. Otherwise it starts churning and becoming fermented, and then it just explodes in some terrible ways. And that's kind of what this Eight of Swords is saying here, is that you're in this situation where you need to be released of these mental monsters that you have in a way created for yourself. You've created this fear of being vulnerable. You've created this negative outlook, or negative connotation towards being vulnerable. Let's read the Knight of Chalices now. So we've got Four of Swords. There's our air energy, our positive air energy. And then we have the World, Major Arcana, and then we've got the Moon in reverse. Okay, so with the World and the Moon, I think this is basically just like a warning for you. This is basically saying not for you to be fooled. The Moon can be a card of illusions, and when it's in reverse, I kind of feel like it's an illusion. It's not so much as the positive side. And what I want you to be aware of, Sagittarius, is that you don't want to get stuck in this contentment part, and you don't want to get fooled into thinking that the 9, your contentment, is the best, most comfortable place for you, because you can go deeper. You don't want to think the 9 is the end all be all, because there is a 10, and then there's an 11, and then we've got the Court cards, right? And so what I'm trying to convey here is that while you might seem a little happy on the outside with this 9 of Cups, you can go deeper and become, you can show a little bit more in emotion. You can show more vulnerability, which is going to open you up more to others, especially that counterpart, that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. In friendships as well, you find certain people who you get along with, and you find certain people who you want to go deeper with. And it's not for everybody, but however, there's people that we trust, and there's people that we are open to becoming that vulnerable with. And so this is just basically a warning, is not to be too comfortable in this world that we set for ourselves. And with our Four of Swords here, this is a time of contemplation, a little time of meditation, and kind of take a little bit of a step back before acting on your emotions. We don't want to get into this situation where we're just pouring our feelings into this 9 of Cups situation, in which we are basically just spinning the wheel, but we're not moving forward, right? We're kind of in that like a hamster ball in water, just treading water, basically. We want to move things to the next level, okay? And you can stay in this situation, and it can make you seem like you're moving and doing things, but you're really not. You kind of hit a plateau, and the way to start ascending further is to work on the vulnerability issues. And so that is your shadow work, Sagittarius. Your shadow work is to understand where your issues with being vulnerable come from, how you got there in the first place, and then it's going to take a while for you to figure out how you're going to get out of it, and then it's going to take a while for you to start putting that plan into action, because you're going to be going against the grain. This is what you've known your entire life, is to hide your vulnerability, but now it's time to release that. It's time to be more open. It's time to spread out your heart wings and just receive, because if we're closed, we can't receive anything. So if we open up, we can receive, and we can give as well. So that's what I have for you for the tarot, Sagittarius. Now we are going to do the Lantern Oracle, and we'll see what good advice the Lantern Oracle can give us. These cards feel so nice. They have like a nice matte feeling to them, and they shuffle nicely as well. I like them a lot. The artwork is beautiful. It's got good, I think it's watercolor. Oh, look at that. Oh, let's switch. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Wow. So like I said, this artwork is amazing. So, whoa. I think I was going to shuffle there, right? I don't remember. Maybe I was going to do a split. I'll split those there. All right. Okay, how are you liking my new setup here? These transitions that I have, and then the picture-in-picture, and we have my little logo up there as well. This took me so long to I mean, I made the logo in a couple of days, but getting this audio visual situation set up was very difficult and consuming. Okay, but here we are. Yes. Okay, inner life. Your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. So let you take a look at that card. Okay. Let's let it focus. I'm still getting used to my technology here. I don't know why it's not focusing. Maybe I need a little bit of glare. I don't know. I do have an autofocus on here. Okay, so maybe that's not going to happen. All right, so let me read from the book here. Now, some of these passages are longer than others, and so I'm going to try to find, this one is about 2 pages. So let's see. The more we tune into our inner light or spirit self, the more we live our outer life through it, the more transparent we become, the more our inner life is reflected back to us through the intimate connections we enjoy with others and our surroundings. Without a healthy and solid sense of a self communing within spirit self, there is only ever smoke and mirrors without. To relate to others from this facade or false self is to forge false connections that create distance rather than closeness. And I believe that's what the message for the world, and the moon is here, is to beware of creating those false connections. Beware of getting to a place of comfortability where you think that this is the end all be all. And it's not. You can go deeper. The journey home to spirit self provides us with a genuinely secure foundation to build our lives upon. Coming home to the loving white light within transforms our limitations and blind spots into pathways without. Let's see. Our inner life can openly hold space for all of the unaccepted thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and compulsions that we try to hide or deny. We do not realize that buried within our shadows are in fact glorious allies with core truths desperate for the light to illuminate and alleviate them of their necessary message to us. And that's what I was saying here about exposing your vulnerability. You've got to, in order for your heart space to open and receive, you've got to go into that deep place and shine a light on it and let that come out. The featured crone supports you in bringing loving light, acceptance, and value to the shadow parts of yourself. All they have ever tried to do is help you. However, it is actually your help that they need. Shadows need release from the message that they are and that you do not pay attention to. Your shadows are burdened with the essential information about yourself that you ignore. They need you to acknowledge them with loving attention, compassion, and appropriate action. Therefore, this card suggests that it is an opportune time for you to sit down with your shadow. Wow. It is time to make a compassionate self-exploration a priority, a journey into the stillness and silence of your inner light-filled garden is optimal. To establish an intimate connection with yourself, you may feel the need to embrace a period of solitude. The feature crone supports you in whatever form the journey of coming home to yourself takes and requires of you. That is amazing. Let me read this last sentence. Until this inner process is complete, true intimacy with another is unlikely and ultimately unsustainable, for it first needs to be established within. That is a beautiful ending to your reading, Sagittarius. I see amazing things ahead of you. You working on that shadow and that vulnerability, and I think you're going to see that you can take yourself and relationships to new dimensions by opening up and not being in that facade. That was a good word. That facade of thinking that you've reached the pinnacle, or that you're actually, that you're happy. So but that takes work. We've got to take that mask off, and we've worn that mask for a while, and sometimes it's really stuck on there. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you next reading. Take care.